I'm giving a spoiler warning from the start of this one. If you don't want spoilers for the most recent episode, then close your ears now. The final season of Succession is something that's provided a somewhat bittersweet taste for everybody. Nobody wants to see the show come to an end, but it's good that we're actually getting one. In Season 4, Episode 3, the main man himself, Logan Roy, was killed off in the most unexpected fashion, and in a way that came out of the blue, providing a sense of realism to it. But with the release of the trailer for the rest of the season, it looks as though everything has changed, and the mindset, attributes, and direction of all of the characters has been altered. So I thought I'd share how I feel the rest of the season is going to go, and how it's now all changed. So let's get into it. Here is how Succession just changed everything in Season 4, Episode 3. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. Logan Roy's death. The show has decided to change things in the fourth and final season by killing off the main character and head of the Waystar Empire, Logan Roy, rather than providing an epic send-off for a character that had the personality, weight of impact, voice and presence of a giant. They sent him off as death occurs in real life, and showed us that he was just a mere mortal like everybody else, unexpectedly and with a sense of chaotic panic amongst family members as there was nothing that anybody could do. Logan didn't expect to die that day, nor did his children, and nor did anybody else around him. So the unexpected nature played true to how death actually occurs in everyday life. This means that the trajectory of how we were anticipating the final season of the show to go in is now altered and twisted on its head. We were expecting the rivalry between the children and Logan Roy to be the main thing that would be occurring and see us through to the season finale, and also the underplaying and conflict that could have potentially occurred with Roman still being close to his father, or Kendall looking as though he was going to go behind their backs. But in actual fact, none of that is most probably going to happen now. The first 2 episodes of conflict are now almost irrelevant, but in a good way. Instead of seeing a Logan Roy on his deathbed at the end of the season, or a Logan who finished the season as an outright villain due to the way that his children perceived him, he instead went off partway through, so we could actually see what he truly meant to them and the impact that the character had on everybody's lives, including Waystar. This now means that the storyline is going to alter moving forward, and I feel it's actually going to contain a lot more scheming, backstabbing, and hard work when compared to what was originally anticipated. Let's break the rest of the video down by the new directions that the rest of the characters could potentially go in: Shiv, Kendall, and Roman. I'm really looking forward to seeing which direction these 3 characters are going to go in. It looks as though they're all going to be taking the death of their father pretty hard, as we saw with Kendall looking like he was a mess, Roman saying that he felt fine but he didn't see it coming, and Roman also saying that his sister was messed up. I believe we're going to see them want to back out of the deal with Matsson, which it seemed as though could well be the case judging by the trailer where Kendall said that they weren't sure about it, and that he felt as though Lucas didn't know what he was buying into. So I feel we could see them instead want to run the company and be the head. However, the board is most likely not going to be okay with that, as we heard them say how they felt as though they weren't equipped to do so. I believe this is going to cause an immediate divide, and for scheming to then start to take place of how best to take back control. Kendall said that they have to guide the company, so it seems as though they certainly want to claim the spot as head of the realm, much to many people's disagreement. So it will be interesting to see them navigate a space where there are so many people that are opposed to them. I believe Shiv and Tom's relationship is also going to be something that's going to get a lot more hostile, as they'll look to take opposing sides. Roman will start to embody his father's behaviors, and I feel Kendall will look to take the wheel and hold the siblings together as they look to seek claim to what they feel is rightfully theirs. The thing that they've always been fighting for. Their father is not the enemy anymore. It's going to be the board along with Tom, and who knows, maybe even a divide in opinions amongst the 3 of them could occur. Tom. I think that within the remainder of the season we're going to see Tom adopt the role as one of the villains. It seems as though he wants to take over as CEO of the company, and he's trying to persuade the board to vote for him to do so. This means that there will be a clear divide between himself, his soon-to-be divorced wife Shiv, and his 2 former brother-in-laws, something which will most definitely cause things to turn sour between them all, as he'd most likely be looking to take the role away from either of them. We heard in a line in the trailer that Shiv didn't like Tom anymore, so I wonder if that's just alluding to the divorce, or an event that is set to occur. Tom has been Logan's aide in recent times, and he most probably feels as though he deserves the position. So I think we're definitely going to see a dark side emerge from him, and a side that will ultimately not round off with him being CEO, but will cause him to tarnish his relationship with the Roys. Tom wants the power. He's seen what an individual like Logan Roy can demand in terms of respect, and it's something that we've seen Tom want for a while now. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of route he ends up going down in order to try and get what he wants to achieve. Connor. Connor has been the forgotten child for the entirety of his life, and I think with his father's death occurring, we're going to see a completely different side to the character when compared to if he hadn't have died. Rather than following down the path of seeking to get approval from somebody that he was never going to get it from, which would have happened if Logan Roy didn't die, I believe we're going to see Connor embrace this newfound freedom that he's going to have with his wife Willa, somebody who he truly loves and gets a sense of love back from, which he's never truly felt before. He's still in the runnings for the election, and judging by the trailer, it seemed as though he was going to be polling well. So I feel we could potentially see this character thrive in a world where he's not looking for validation from the people that he cares about most, which could in turn move him further away from his siblings. Kerri. Kerri's role within the show has always been a bit of a strange one. She appeared to be Logan Roy's mistress, and it would be easy to paint her position as being redundant moving forward within the show, seeing as though he's no more. However, there was one shot in the upcoming trailer that makes me think otherwise. There was a scene where it seemed as though Kerri was being escorted out by two individuals, and she appeared to be in an uneasy state. There's a couple of theories floating around about her being pregnant, but I definitely don't think that's the case. I think instead she may have some information that the rest of the group want to keep concealed. Or maybe in the recent state that Logan was in, he could have put her in a certain role within the company. With what looked like her being removed from the office, I feel we could end up seeing her being on side with Shiv, Kendall and Roman, as they look to tackle the board, a partnership that would have been unimaginable only a few episodes ago. There's a lot of different directions that the show can still go in following the death of the icon that is Logan Roy, but it's safe to say that all of these new directions are different to the one that we originally thought it was going to go in when the final season started airing. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next and how the show is going to finish. So, there you have it, how Succession just changed everything in Season 4, Episode 3. If you want to see more videos such as endings explained, theories and predictions and character breakdowns, then click on the I button. Or alternatively, you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What do you think is going to happen? Leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.